Welcome back to Sarasota, Florida for the second half of pool play action of a game between Brute Squad in black and Heist in gray. We're NGN, being streamed by Elemental Technologies. We're in a war of attrition here, 8-7. Brute Squad with the lead. Heist starting on offense second half.
9 minutes from soft cap.
Lots of turnovers in this game. It's very windy out here. Robin Fennig with the disc to Becky Ladone. Back to Fennig. Fennig with the IO. Good movement here from Heist. Jen Nowak dishes it back. Nice grab by Fennig on the ground. Fennig with the IO. Oh! And Rose Glinka takes her eyes off that one. Bounces off her hands and off her chest. So Brute Squad with the disc going upwind. Tidwell with it. Brute Squad working out of their vert stack. Claudia Tajima centers it to Cinecrope. Henley out wide to Calkins. Calkins with the disc. Centers it. Cinecrope. Nice movement. Tidwell. And Tidwell with a shot. And Whitty under it and pulls it down. But this one's going to be coming back.
Out the back of the end zone, actually.
Out the back of the end zone. So Brute Squad actually showing really good movement upwind there until that last throw. Here's another look at it.
Very clean offense for Brute.
Whitty just can't hold those feet in. So shot right away. Another turnover. Cinecrope to pick the disc up. And Cinecrope going down line. That one's not going to stay in bounds though. She did get a lot of yards on that throw before it went out of bounds though. That's beneficial for Brute Squad. Fennig. Inside, nice block. Cinecrope. Tajima picks it up. Henley. Back to Tajima. Looks like a foul called. Fennig calls a foul on Tajima. Observers are going to step in here. Just another look at that block from Cinecrope. Great high block. So observers uphold the foul call, and it's going to go back to Henley. Cinecrope, low release throw. Tidwell. Henley going up line. Nice throw from Tidwell. Right on the goal line. And timeout from Henley. It's a big break opportunity here from Brute Squad. Also a very smart strategic timeout given how close we're getting to the cap here. If Brute Squad can put this one in, they have a big advantage going into cap up a break, up 2 breaks.
We're only 4 minutes away from soft cap. Brute Squad with it right outside the end zone. In one of the most difficult spots to score in the end zone when you're on that goal line. On the corners, you only have half the field to work with, especially with this wind blowing the way it is. You know it's going to get caught somehow affect the disc. Brute Squad looking to take the first 2-point lead of the game. Each team has led by 1 or the score has been tied throughout the game.
So timeouts at USA Club Nationals. Have 70 seconds for the offense to get set up after the timeout call, and then 20 seconds for the D to set up. That is timed by the observers. So Whitty for Brute Squad isolated in the end zone. Henley with the disc. Tajima set up as the reset. Whitty working. Now Tajima. It's like a call. Count coming in 6 here. Henley, high stall count. Looks for the break. Doesn't have it on the backhand side. D Heist. So Heist wins that timeout. Now Fennig with the disc. Heist looking to move it. Ladone puts up the forehand. To Nowak coming underneath. Nowak dishes to Fennig. Looks like we have a pick call. Looking to break. Whitty on the mark. High stall count. And just tries to bail herself out. Throws it up. Tidwell there with the block. Tajima with the disc going over. Bid. Tidwell with it. And here's a shot. Wind is really picked up right now. And Whitty just tracks this one down in the end zone for the upwind break and the 9-7 lead from Brute Squad.
Cap is less than a minute away from going on. Means the game will be played to 11.
Be played to 11 if Heist scores the next point. If Brute Squad scores the next point, it will be added to after this point. Next point is over, and be played till 12. Of course, there's a lot of action going on here at the USA Ultimate Club Championships and other divisions. So Jackson's going to take a second to walk us through some of the open scores.
In the open division, rematch of the second place game of the Northwest Regionals, Furious George and Rhino tied at 14s. Other action in that pool, Ironside beats Boost Mobile 15-4. We also have Revolver playing Madison Club. They win 15-7. Ring of Fire upsets Machine. They win 16-14. In Pool C, we have Sockeye up on Goat 12-9. Chain up on Sub-Zero, or they win against Sub-Zero 15-7. Double Wide up on Pony 12-10. And Bravo up on Truck Stop 14-8.
That Pool C is really a mess. Upsets in both games in the first round, and then holding C in the second round, it looks like. And if Sockeye pulls that game out, all 4 teams will be 1-1, and all 4 teams will have the opportunity in the last round game to win the pool or lose the pool. So Heist now with
And
the
we
disc.
will be filming one of those games. The Sockeye versus Chain Lightning game.
A lot riding on that game, so definitely come back and stay tuned for that third round game at 4 p.m. Eastern, that is. So Heist now with the disc. Boscher looking to the IO. Nice IO break for the goal. They needed that one. So now it's 9-8. Brute Squad with the lead, and the cap is on, so we are playing a game 2-11. So Heist is going to need to convert this downwinder, and they're going to need to convert at least one upwinder to win this game.
They've done it before. Did it in the second, or the first point of this game. Probably going to see a lot of Georgia Boscher on the field. We have 13 minutes until hard cap.
So Brute Squad came into this game with a win against Hot Metal, while Heist came in with a loss against Fury. After this game, Brute Squad will go on to play Fury, and Heist will go on to play Hot Metal. In most likely games that are pretty predictable. Fury will probably win against Brute Squad, and Heist will probably beat Heist will probably beat Hot Metal. So this game really is for the power pools tomorrow. This is what we're looking for. It's a tight game, and it can go either way at this point. Fennig with the pull. Heist comes down with his zone. Looks like a three-person cup zone. Kisao on the mark here. Cook anchoring the offense with Emily Bacher. Out wide to Jackie Booth to Chow. Back to Bacher. Cook again. Cook around to Malinowski. And back up through the middle to Cook. Heist just looking to contain here. They don't want anything through the middle. They're trying to force Brute Squad to have to throw around this cup, make a lot of throws, and let the wind do the defensive, put the defensive pressure on Brute Squad. Good patient offense here from Brute Squad. And there's the turnover they're looking for. Jackie Booth unable to come up with it.
Another one of those drops. Heist only has half the field to work with.
Then they go round. That one's going to hang, but Georgia Boscher able to read it and pull it down. Georgia with a backhand. Nice, laying out to space. Kelly Parsons across. And Heist unable to hold on to it. Bacher to pick it up. Heist caught in transition here. They look like they're going zone, but they're not in the positions they want to be in. This one goes up over the top, and Tuig able to come down with it. Back to Parsons. Heist really needs to convert. They've got a lot of their top players out on the field here, and they can't have a long point. They want to put this one in quickly. Tuig open. A few yards outside the end zone. And Boscher working. And Boscher open on Jackie Booth for the score and tying it up at 9s.
Huge point for Heist. They get the break.
So once again, we're back on serve. Here's another look at it. Boscher just using her explosiveness and in a very short amount of space, able to create 3 yards of open space against Booth there. She plants hard, freezes Booth, and then gets open. So 9-9, game to 11. for power pools and for the inside track to the pro division. You know, we talked earlier in the game, Jackson, about all these other players in the area who are very highly competitive. Alex Snyder in Madison or Paulo Seville in Detroit. And you got to think winning this game and especially getting to that pro tier for Heist would help draw those players. I mean,
definitely be an incentive for them to join this Heist team. Having 4 potential Callahan winners on your team, it's really something you can build around, especially only being a second year in existence, as next year would be.
And this is a very young team, but these next 3 points are the most important points of the Heist season by far. Cook with the disc. Malinowski. For Brute Squad's part, they've done a lot of rebuilding this season. This is the first year they've held open tryouts in 10 years of existence. So no player was grandfathered into the team. They all had to try out again. And they have a big youth movement here, a lot of young players on the team. And this is a great building block for them to make it to the power pools and get tested in the power pools this weekend. Malinowski, Zipperstein making a cut up line. Cross to Bacher. To Malinowski. To Zipperstein. To Cook. Oh, Whitty looked like she had a shot at that one and didn't take it. Emma Frankel was the one who was the original receiver, unable to come up with it. So Madison now with a shot. A big possession for them going upwind. Anna Williams. To Fenig.
Fenig turning into their every other this point.
Biz Cook. Only a few yards outside the end zone here. There's a big opportunity here for Heist. Back to Fenig. Tries to go around. And that is number 15. That is Emma Frankel getting the disc back with the point block. Frankel coming up big after not being able to catch that last one. But Brute Squad's still a long way from the end zone. Heist in their zone. Frankel.
Between 4 Heist defenders.
And Whitty. Up to Spitz. Back to Malinowski. Spitz, the only member of the original Brute squad 10 years ago. Still on the roster. Bacher, Malinowski. Spitz open deep. Malinowski doesn't take it. Cook across to Zipperstein. All the way across to Malinowski. Pick called in the middle of the field. Bacher to Malinowski.
Looks like we have a pick call.
Cook to Bacher. And Bacher taking a bigger round to Malinowski. That one's going to hang in the air. And too much. Whitty trying to follow up but can't get to it. I just got to think that after playing in these conditions for this whole game, that throw, you think about it, you pull it back and you think, I probably shouldn't throw this because it's just not going to be complete.
Probably not going to convert on this one.
We have not seen a single one of those bladey backhands coming in this direction work out.
I can't think of one the entire game.
So Bacher giving an opportunity here to Heist. A little contact between Whitty and Fennig. Nice open space throw. Biz Cook back to the middle. Nice movement here from Heist. Little tight throw there.
Zipperstein with a hard foul.
It's Corinne Wade, one of the captains and founders of this Heist squad. Oh, nice IO throw. Arkakai. Gets it out. Wade underneath to Ladone. Ladone across. Ladone is having a tough game. Lots of turnovers. And that one was a costly one.
Seems to be her throw choices too. That throw trying to do the outside in, come back in into the win. Really got to throw that one hard.
And it was from a high release point. Now, this is interesting. Fennig coming off the field.
Boscher subbing on for her.
Just got word that the Rhino Furious score is 16-16, double game point. That's a similarly important game. That's a game between an 8 and 9 seed. So a lot riding on that game, not just this weekend, but next season as well. So point block there. Looks like Ladone gets that one back. And Ladone, forehand pump fake. She wants that high backhand, chooses not to throw it. Probably a good decision. Zipperstein called for the foul by Corinne Wade. And Boscher going over the top, has Ladone. Ladone over Sarah Cook for the score, the upwinder and the break. 10-9 Heist, bring it to game point.
It's huge for them.
So great throw from Boscher, finds the open Ladone. Up 11, 10-9, game to 11 here. On the verge of sending Brute Squad down to the lower pools. Of course, being in the lower pools doesn't put you out of the tournament altogether. It just gives you a harder road. You have to basically win all of your games in the lower pool, and then in your third game, play a play-in game to get into the quarterfinals. And those are the games, those pre-quarter games are the ones that are going to determine who is in each of these tiers going into next season.
That makes the road harder because you have to play an extra game compared to these other teams.
Won every single game tomorrow matters. There's no game that you can decide we want to rest people. They need to put those points on the board. So Heist with 3 straight points now, putting Boston's back against the walls. Boston now the team that needs to break up, win, and then score another one.
Game point for Heist.
Boscher with the pull. And way out of bounds. Brute Squad will put it in at their brick mark. Emily Bacher going to go retrieve the disc. Looks like Fennig has taken off her jersey. Oh, excuse me, she's not taking off her jersey. She's still on the sideline. She's just talking to the Brute Squad players. And Amber Cinecope with the disc. Working against the Heist zone. Back to Bacher. Malinowski to Cinecope to Bacher. Nice hands. Bacher. And Malinowski with a backhand shot.
Boscher's there. And Georgia Boscher.
Got him. The Boscher comes down with it.
Once
And
I saw
Madison.
that it was Boscher, I don't think anyone else was going to come down with that. And Boscher hucks it a little too far for Chelsea Toig.
Let's take another look at this Boscher D. Boscher with 2 Brood Squad players there and goes up high. Look at that, like a boss.
Just strutting, strutting back to the line.
So, but Brood Squad with another opportunity here. Long way to go in the zone.
Brute Squad falling into that horizontal throw instead of going north and south.
Out wide to McKenzie. Back to the middle. Oh, nice little low throw. But Boscher!
Georgia Boscher, like a Boscher.
And here they are, near the goal line.
She's
Boscher.
all over the place.
She's decided, I am putting this team on my back.
She's
Heist
got
right
to
outside.
score this point. There it is. Oh, clotheslined.
Looks like she's calling the foul.
I didn't know it was WWF.
Took her a bit warming up in this game, but once she
Yeah.
got going, goodness.
She just got clotheslined. She just kind of shrugged it off, though.
Stephanie Barker called for the foul there. This one's going back. Stall count of 0. Boscher still working. This one's going to go back. Oistad with the disc. Boscher working in the middle of the field. She wants it. And this one's coming. And Cinecope with the D.
Cinecope has been there for Brute Squad all game.
And
getting
here
big
she's taking a
Ds.
shot. That one's not going to stay in bounds, though. So Cinecope coming up big. You know, I think Boscher became so active there, it was predictable. It was they were telegraphing that it was going to go to Boscher, and everyone could kind of zone in on that. And here's another turnover. This is a good opportunity for Brute Squad going upwind. Bitterman.
Unmarked.
Oh, and Bitterman's going to the end zone. Nice coverage from Toig. Cinecope with the disc, and she turfs it just right into the ground.
Cinecope been there on D, but not so much her throws late in this game.
So there's the hard cap. Doesn't affect this game. Either way, we're going to 11. Foul on the mark. So we check back in here. Floaty throw. There's Bacher coming down with it. Stephanie Barker dishes to Cinecope. Cinecope goes low. Malinowski can't hold on to it.
Just threw it a little behind Malinowski. It did hit her in both hands.
This one's going out of bounds. Boscher trying to keep that one in. You know, I'll tell you this, whoever loses this game is going to feel like we lost this. We didn't,
Yeah.
the other team didn't beat us. We gave this to them. Either way, there's been so many mistakes and unforced errors in this game.
Drops, throwaways.
Emily Baker to put the disc in play for Bruce Squad.
Far too many for elite ultimate.
And this one's tough because that one never came in bounds. So Bacher's taking a lot of yards. Coming across the field. And there's a D, but still caught. Bitterman coming down with it. Out to Chow. And Chow with the backhand. Bitterman wide open. And the clap catch for the goal ties it up at 10s. This is going to take us to double game point.
We're headed to Universe.
That is a tough point for Heist to lose. A lot of opportunities on the goal line.
They had so much momentum with Boscher all over the place.
Zero, game to 1, ladies.
So this is your 8-9 game here at the club championships in the women's division. Heist in gray, Brute Squad in black from Boston. Double game point, 10-10 game to 11.
Of course you see Boscher out there. Fenig also out there. Kisau. Tohig.
It's like Sarah Scott Ladone and Kelly Parsons round out the double game point line here. For Brute Squad.
So we have Whitty, Henley. You got Peyton.
Betsy Calkins. Looks like Christy Kim.
Tajima
with the disc.
And Kelly Tidwell.
So who can do it? Fenig with the disc. Over the top to Kisau. Brute Squad coming in a man-to-man. And Heist offense running. Boscher with the disc. Looking back. Ends up going up to Tohig. Tohig marked by Tajima. I am surprised that Brute Squad came down after so much good zone work they've been doing to come down man-to-man on this last point.
Looks like there we had a sub. Gainer came in for
Ladone. Fenig to Tohig. Oh, and the block, point block by Tajima coming up big.
Young player on this team.
21 years old, out of Tufts University, still there, playing her senior year, captain at Tufts. And coming up big here at the club championships. And a shot right away. Tidwell, open, almost in the end zone, a foot outside. Lots of traffic. Tajima and the block coming right back at it. Sarah Scott stepping up.
D. Take that, Tajima.
These two teams are digging deep. Fenig again with the disc, the wind picking up again. There's a deep shot. That's Jenny Gaynor with the bid. Can't come up with it.
She had it, she read it, she just didn't catch it.
So Peyton starts with it. Nice little move there by Kim. Kim to Henley. I like this Whitty Boscher matchup here in the back of the stack. Kisau here guarding Henley, discussing the foul call. Coming in stall of 0. Tidwell Tidwell makes a nice move, open on the open side. Strong win, looking to Henley. Tajima goes up line, has some steps, lays out, right on the goal line. And Tidwell breaking past, catches it. Observer rules are in.
Observer rules
for the
in.
game. Tidwell taking over, Tajima taking over on game point, and Brute Squad punching the last two to win the game 11-10.
They were definitely looking for Tidwell on that one. They found her streaking deep earlier in the end zone. Turned it over and then go to Tidwell again. She's speedy, she's athletic. We're getting another look here.
So here's Tajima's play, out in front. Be sure by laying out, and Tidwell just takes off. Looks like her knees were down when she caught that one. I think it's the right call from the observers.
Here on field 12. Brute Squad 11, Heist 10.
So there you have it. Brute Squad takes the second round game here in opening pool play in the women's division of the USA Ultimate Club Championships 2012. We'll be back for more action at 4 p.m. There it is again, Tidwell, knees down. Observer calling her in with the great angle. Thank you for watching. I'm Kyle Weisbrod for Jackson Kelsey. Hope you join us later.